Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has made it very clear that if this leaked draft of the SCOTUS decision that effectively overturns Roe versus Wade, if that stays, if that stands, if that is the final decision coming from that court, then Mitch McConnell says, hey, it's a possibility that we conservatives work on a nationwide abortion ban. Here is what McConnell specifically said in an interview with USA Today. If the leaked opinion became the final opinion, legislative bodies, not only at the state level, but at the federal level, certainly could legislate in that area. And if this were the final decision, that was the point, that it should be resolved one way or another in the legislative process. So yeah, it's possible. With regard to the abortion issue, I think it's pretty clear where Senate Republicans stand. And if and when the court makes a final decision, I expect everybody will be more definitive. But I don't think it's much secret where Senator Republicans stand on this issue. So there you have it. That is the Republican plan here. It's like, you guys know where we stand on this, okay? So he's making it very clear, like, y'all know where we're at. Y'all know what we want to do. And if this decision stands, and of course, if Republicans get the numbers back in the House and Senate, and of course this would have to wait until you have a Republican president who wouldn't veto it, that's what's going to happen. There will be a nationwide ban on abortions, or at the very least, they're going to propose that legislation. Now, of course, as we know this week, Democrats in Congress are putting forward legislation to codify Roe v. Wade, into law. That's going to fail. And honestly, part of the point of it is so that it fails. They just want everybody to be on the record so everybody knows where everybody stands, which again is kind of stupid. Not a big fan of these force the vote things just because it accomplishes nothing. We know where everybody stands, Democrats. And that's kind of what Mitch McConnell's saying here. Like, you know where Republicans stand. Oh, you're going to put us on the record for that? Okay, well, everybody already knows where we are on the record. The only X factor is that you're going to have a couple Democrats who vote against it, and then the Democrats, are going to go and eat their own again like they've been doing ever since this draft leaked. So this is going to hurt the Democrats, but not the Republicans, because there's no floundering here. There's no wishy-washiness. There's no question about where these Republicans stand. But Democrats are saying, oh, we want to get them on the record. They're on the record. Look at their statements. This is about as useless as you can get at this point. But it is what it is. We know a nationwide abortion ban is coming. At some point, it's going to take Republicans getting the House, the Senate, and the White House back. And of course, if they want to do it prior to that, if they somehow end up with veto-proof majorities, which of course I don't even think can happen for quite some time. It's going to take many election cycles for them to have that in the Senate. But if they were to hit that point, even with a Democratic president, they would still move forward with a nationwide ban. That is where we're headed. That is something that is on the horizon. It's not an if, it's a when. And Mitch McConnell made that abundantly clear. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.